you know, when you start out in elementary school and you're just learning, and you pick up a little information a day, and your whole school career is not what you learn today. It's an accumulation of what you learned over the years that slowly sets in. And without school, out in the real world's hard without a high school diploma. I witnessed that firsthand, and I couldn't get no respect. I couldn't do anything. You can't make much money doing it. It was just hard for me to survive. So school to me is everything. Generally, students drop out, and it's not because they want to. They just feel like there's no point in it going to school. And every student's different for the reasons, but generally it just boils down to they just don't want to be here. They don't see the point. And I was kind of one of those students. And when I dropped out, it showed me how hard it really is. What are the effects of dropping out? Well, for me, it was staying at my job at Sonic because I quit Tyson to try to come back and ended up dropping out. So living in just a poor apartment and barely making enough money to get by. Dropping out costs you so much more than you think, because without that high school diploma, you're not respected in the real world. They just kind of look down on you. I mean, you can make it, but just with a high school diploma, it just opens another door just to get up there a little better.
Do you think peer pressure leads to dropping out of school?
Now that's a tough question, because when I dropped out, I didn't have any friends that were or anything. But after I dropped out, I had two friends that did drop out right after me, and I feel like, yeah, your friends have a lot to do with. That's with anything. Anybody you hang out with on a daily basis, if they do wrong on a daily basis, then you're going to pick up on that and you're going to do wrong. You're always affected by the people you hang around.
How does staying in school benefit you in the future?
Well, it benefits you in so much more ways than just a high school diploma. Because when you're a student in high school, you think all you need is that diploma and you're free. But a piece of paper is not nothing if you don't have the knowledge to back it up. I mean, for me, you know, it gives you the tools. Certain classes, they give you communication, so you can give presentations to people and everything falls back on what you originally learned in high school. And I'm really starting to pick up on that, you know, now.
Do you think high school dropouts do better than people with a diploma?
Every case is different. I mean, you know, you can go get on a oil rig and make really good money versus somebody that just got out of high school and working at Taco Bell. I mean, they seem like they're doing better, but the guy with the high school diploma, he can quit Taco Bell after he gets out of college and be making twice as much as that oil rig. It's all about your baby steps. All the way through high school, you know, you're another year older, you need to start thinking about your future, you need to start thinking about your future. That's what they hammer in your head from 9th grade to graduation. But without a doubt, you know, you don't really pick up on it until your senior year and it's becoming real. That's something you got to do. Now, dropouts, you know, you work on the oil rig, you might make a good amount of money at, you know, 18 years old. You might be making decent money, but that's all you're ever going to make. It's hard to not have a diploma and make it anywhere in a business. like near impossible.
Why did you drop out?
I dropped out more so because I was working and I couldn't stay awake in class, and I didn't see a point of paying money in summer school when I didn't want to be here in the first place.
Did dropping out bring any difficulties in life?
Well, when I dropped out, it brought a lot of difficulties on me, because then I was faced with the real world. Nobody to catch me if I fell, and with no education. I mean, yeah, I went all the way up to 11th grade in high school, but that don't mean nothing in the real world. That just because they still view it as you have no education. You can't get a decent wage, or you can't. I mean, there's so much you cannot do. And after I dropped out, it took me 2 months to realize that I wasn't going to make it nowhere without a diploma, so I went and got my GED, which it's not a high school diploma. It's not as much satisfaction as a high school diploma, but it allowed me to get the tools I needed to show that I do have an education, so I could go to school, and I'm currently enrolled at the University of Phoenix.
How has life been since you dropped out?
Hard. I didn't have. When you drop out of high school, you expect, I guess, in the back of your mind that everything's okay because it's just life, and mom and dad or grandparents will all help take care of you. I mean, people might not admit that, but it's in everybody's back of their mind. But when I dropped out, I had nothing. My grandparents just turned their chin up to me. They didn't care. They loved me, but they figured if I can make that real world choice of not completing school, I can take the world all by myself.
Does dropping out of school make it harder for you to find a job?
Yes. It's so hard to find a job. Right now with this economy, it's even harder with people with college degrees. I mean, if you look at somebody that spent 4 years in college, got their degree in, architecture or whatever, if they can't get a job, what chance do you got for a guy with no education? What chances do he have besides flipping burgers at McDonald's? I mean, and anymore, it's getting to the point where you're going to have a high school diploma to work there too.
What do you wish someone would have told you in high school?
I believe everybody told me about everything you could. Miss Hutchins came to my apartment trying to get me to come back to school. And she told me, she said, I understand, I get it, you get to drink a beer when you want to, or party like you want to, and in all honesty, you don't. Because, yeah, I'm on my own. I go to work to pay these bills now. The friends you had in high school, yeah, they're still your friends, but they're in school. What are you going to do during that day while they're at school? You got to work. What if your job ain't till 9? Well, you can't hang out with your friends if they're at home and you're at work. I mean, it's so hard. And I just really wish somebody would have told me that I can't drop out. I wish I had somebody step in and say, no, I'm not letting you make that choice. Or hit me with a 2x4 or something.
Do you wish you would have listened to the people who told you not to drop out?
I regret it every day. I mean, I'm doing better for myself. Now I'm in school, I'm working in a great company. But even now, even though I've got my GED, I still feel inadequate in my work environment. Because I work with people with college degrees. everybody in the office there has a college degree, and I have a GED, and it's more of a self thing for me that it feels like I failed. I mean, here's these guys that stuck it through high school, went on to 4-year college, and they're making awesome money in a great company, where I had to work so hard to get to this company. And it's really a bad idea to drop out, because the world's not as forgiving as your teachers.
Did you really want to become a dropout?
I really did. When I started my senior year, I didn't have that faint thought of dropping out in the back of my mind. And I feel like, my friends, Justin Moore is a buddy of mine that dropped out too, and he got his GED with me. And yeah, we did get a graduation ceremony and stuff there, but we were standing by the stage after graduation there, and yeah, we were proud of ourselves, but I graduated with people I didn't even know. So, and Justin looked at me and told me, he said, "It's still not the same, we should have stayed." And that's the hardest thing I've done, is because you lose so much and you don't even realize it.